My name is Robert Venables, and I'm a software engineer from Tampa, Florida.
My name is Adrienne Wellman-Welsh. I am a second-generation potter. I live in Tampa, Florida. I'm a full-time artist.
My name's David Redding. I'm from Tampa, Florida, and I do everything. Well, obviously the woodworking. I'm a software engineer full-time though.
To someone not familiar with software development, it may be an interesting question. Why does someone code? Watching a software developer work is a very stoic experience. They're sitting in front of the computer screen, and all the observer sees are glyphs and syntax and aluminum and glass. But to the developer, the syntax goes away. You begin to see abstract shapes emerge. You start to see the structure of the code instead of the syntax. It's almost like a portal. It takes you to a completely different place and time, and that's one of the most magical parts about software development.
So with the software development, you know, you're always on. You're constantly thinking. You're constantly analyzing. You know, if you don't ever do anything by rote repetition. If you do, somebody else has already done it, and you're probably just consuming it at that point. Now here, there is no copy and paste. There is no undo. There's none of those automated constructs that allow you to kind of skirt around understanding the fundamentals of how things work. So you got to come out here and you just got to do it. And you know, the first dozen, 150, 300 times you do it, it's not going to come out right. It'll never come out just right, but you have to do it each and every time. That's there's something very meditative about that.
I create for a lot of reasons. I knew when I chose to go into the studio that I would be doing a lot of things. I would be choosing to do very hard work. I would be choosing to be hot, wet, and dirty most of the time. But what's more important is I never have a bad day in the studio. There's no bad days in the studio. I can fall down and knock myself out working on the pug mill this summer, and I still don't have a bad day in the studio. You know, and I'm never bored in this studio. I could be bored in a bookstore filled with, you know, so many thousands of titles. I could be bored and still feel like I didn't have something to read in there.
My favorite part of woodworking is, well, I mean, I get really cool power tools, man. I mean, come on, I work with stuff that spins at like 1,000 RPM or 10,000 RPM, and I like the end result. I like seeing people use the end result. I like building cabinets and seeing people cutting vegetables on them, or, you know, even if it's a picture frame, nobody will ever interact with it really other than to look at it, and it might take me a day or a weekend to make something really nice. But to see it hanging in memoriam, I suppose, on somebody's wall, that's very gratifying, especially for something that's just a hobby.
The thing that I wish more people knew is that art is something that is accessible to them. They should try it. Try it. Try something, and if it's not, you know, you don't feel like you're good at it, yeah, you have to practice, but you know what, try something else. Try another thing, try another thing, try another thing, and you may find one day that you took a photography class and you want to drop everything else you ever did and do nothing but sit behind a lens for the rest of your life framing shots. You just never know what you might find. Right, Phoebes? I have found total contentment. That's my girl.